Hello, this is Michael with Zentail, and we're going to review how to create product groups using the import data feature. So first, go from our dashboard to import data, and I'm going to create the template that we're going to use for this and call it create product group. Next, I personally always keep SKU as column A and work down from there. So I'll add master SKU. Title. I'm going to add a couple more attributes in here just so we can see how the template works and the import works. But the most important ones to have are your SKU, master SKU, and then whatever attributes that are going to be your pivot attributes, or whatever is going to be different between the SKUs and the product group. Okay, so I've finished putting together my template. You'll notice that I have, again, SKU, master SKU, and then the attributes I'm going to vary by included. I've also thrown in a couple that are not going to change at all, just so we can see what that looks like. I'll hit create template. It's in our custom reports, so to make sure that we have the exact template that we're going to use when we upload the file, I'm first just going to download the report, my active products. This export will start generating immediately, and then we could take a look at what that looks like. Alright, it's already done downloading. Let's see what our Excel, or really our CSV, looks like. So this is our initial catalog that we're starting with. That's great and all, but I don't really care about it, so I'm going to clear this out. And I'll pause this for a minute and resume once I have a good spreadsheet for us filled in. Alright, so I've put together a dummy import for us. Here's the SKUs that we're going to create and put into a group. Our next column is our master SKU. So I just want to make sure this is filled out for each one. Now in Zentail, our master SKU is the actual SKU that we're going to be selling. It's just the master within a group. So for this, I'm going to use SKU A1 for all of SKU A's. Same for SKU B. Just use SKU B1 and copy this for each of them that have that are in that group. Alright, you'll notice that I have some of these filled in for each of them and some of them I've left blank. That's because a few of the attributes like title, description, bullet points, those are going to be under your product group attributes, meaning that it's going to be the same across the board for all of them. Some of these will vary and will be on the specific product level and not the product group level. So size could vary or be a pivot attribute. So I'll fill that in for each of these. Same with color and brand. But just to demonstrate how it'll work, for this first set I made the size different for each of them as well as the color. I left the brand the same. And SKU B's, I've had them vary by size, color, and brand. And by SKU C, they vary by size, but they share the same brand and they do not vary by color. So I'm just going to save this. And make sure it's saved as a CSV. Since you just downloaded it as a CSV, you should still be in that format. Alright, everything looks good to me. Also notice some of these have different pricing, and we'll demonstrate how that actually looks in Zentail. So let's go back to our import data page. And we're going to make sure we're using the same template that we just created, but instead of downloading the report, we're going to upload it this time. And I call it test product group import. And I want all of this in there, so I don't need to uncheck anything. I can go ahead and start the import. Notice it takes me directly to the previous imports page where I could watch its progress. Fortunately, this is a small import, so it should run pretty rapidly. I'm going to jump into our catalog page and see how it looks. So let's first test out our SKU A product group. So it's in here. That's great. I had a great creative title for this one. There's no image. I haven't uploaded that. No UPC, so that's accurate. And this was the master for our spreadsheet. So that's accurate. I'll look at the next one in the group. And even though I hadn't filled out an actual title here, you'll see that it was able to get the title from our master. And we're just adding our own parentheses to show what it varies by in the pivot group or in the product group. It's a variant for the type. Let's click on this one to view its description and double check what it's supposed to vary by. Okay, so it should vary by color and size. And already I see that the variant attributes are color and size. That's awesome. I can double check this and look at a product group. I see the pivot attributes are filled in exactly how we had hoped. Notice that nothing here is set for shares, common pricing, shipping, or brand. So I can take these up as I want them to, and it'll adjust it and just click save. The next one, let's look at our SKU B product group. This was an even better title. Has the master set, and this one varied by variant attributes, color, and size. It did vary by size and color. Good. And again, you can check out what it looks like in the product group. And they're all in here. You can see which one is the master. And lastly, let's look at QC. Okay, and as you'll see here, so this isn't in a product group, and I'm going to look at my spreadsheet and see what happened. And already I see that for the master SKU for each one, I copy and pasted this wrong. You're probably watching the video and saying, "Don't do that, you're doing it wrong." And I'll lie to you and say it was intentional for these purposes. And I'm going to just show you how you could fix this and re-upload it. So instead of having them all as their own master SKU, I'm going to make sure that they're all under SKU C1. I'll save this again. Thank you. And let's see how quickly we could run another import. Okay, so it's just a couple of SKUs. It should run pretty fast. Now the title should be copied for each of these because it's what showed in SKU1. So let's try SKU C again. SKU C number 3. All right, it has a title. That's good. It's a variant. And edit product group. This one only varied by size. You'll notice they all have the same color. So it was able to identify that and check it off as our pivot attribute. So I hope you found this video helpful. It was a 2-for-1. You got to see me run an import, make a mistake, and run another import. If you have any questions on creating product groups, please contact us via the chat feature or the support at Zentail.com. Please keep in mind that when creating product groups and creating pivot attributes within them, it's only going to it's only going to work for you if it's the first time you're creating a product group. So if I already have SKU C in this product group and I try to add new SKUs to it and have it pivot by another attribute, unfortunately it won't work. We're not going to add new product attributes to it or new pivot attributes to it through the import data function. You have to actually go into the group and add the pivot attributes through the user interface. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope it helps you list more product groups more efficiently to Zentail.